Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, welcome to Postgraduate Commencement 2017. Kindly take your seats as the ceremony will begin shortly.
Thank you for joining us this evening, where we celebrate and recognize the hard work put in by each and every graduate here. Before we start, just two public service announcements to make. One is a gentle reminder to switch your mobile phones to silent mode, and also please remain seated throughout the entire ceremony.
Should you need a toilet break, the toilets are just behind the main doors. However, graduates, do take note that at the end of the ceremony, there will be a group photo taking session, and you won't want to miss out on that.
Seems like everyone is settled down, and we can share the exciting segments lined up.
Sure. Firstly, we are honored to have Professor Arnold de Meyer, President of SMU, to deliver his congratulatory speech. This will be followed by an exciting speech by the graduate representative before we proceed to the presentation of the postgrad degrees.
In the meantime, we seek your kind understanding on the following. Graduates, please return to your seats immediately after collecting your scrolls. And all guests and graduates, please also kindly remain seated to the end of the ceremony and refrain from leaving the ceremony at any point in time.
As the school has engaged professional photographers to take individual and close-up shots of the graduates on stage, kindly refrain from standing up or walking around to take photos. Graduates, we also seek your kind cooperation to refrain from taking selfies when on stage. After the ceremony, graduates will be ushered together with faculty for a group photo. All photos will be available for downloading from the photographer's website 7 days after commencement. For more details, do check with the registrar's office after the ceremony.
Enough about the serious stuff. We suggest that you remember the following 4 steps before coming on stage.
Step 1. Pass your name card to the reader at the rostrum. Remember to smile at the announcer. Step 2. Wait for your name to be called before doing your catwalk to the middle of stage. Step 3. Shake hands, smile at the camera, remember to keep your eyes open. Step 4. Congratulations, you have now graduated. Please get off the stage.
Wow, that was quite a lot of information. I think we're all set.
Yes, we're all set for one of the biggest days in our student life, Commencement 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming the Grand Processional. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite you to stand for the national anthem. please take your seats.
Dear President of SMU, Professor Arnaud de Meyer, Deputy Dean of the Lee Kong Chian School of Business, Professor Gregor Half, distinguished guests, professors, graduates, parents, families, and friends. Good evening and a warm welcome to Lee Kong Chian School of Business's Commencement 2017. My name is Wen Hua, a Master of Science in Communications Management graduate.
And I am Victoria. Sorry, you can move first. And I am Victoria, a Master of Science in Quantitative Finance graduate. And we are honored to be your MCs for today. Wenhua, you know why I wanted to be the MC for the PG ceremony?
Why?
It is because SMU and its faculty has taught me so much. I was presented with the opportunity to learn from academic leaders as well as global practitioners. And the best part about being an MC, I get to talk and everyone has no choice but to listen.
Yay!
This is very different from the typical SMU classroom setting, where open discussions are encouraged amongst students and faculty.
All graduates here will be familiar with that, and more often than not, there will be comments from classmates with different perspectives. And that is all in good nature and fun to help in learning.
I'm sure each graduate here has their own story to share. But one thing in common is that despite difficulties and challenges faced, we have all made it to commencement today. And while we celebrate our achievements, we will also continue the spirit to learn and grow and face challenges in the future.
Yes. Also, not to forget that this special moment will not have been made possible without the contributions from the faculty and staff of SMU, and most importantly, our family and loved ones. From the bottom of our hearts, let us all join hands to give them a warm round of applause.
It is our pleasure to welcome the President of SMU, Professor Arnaud de Meyer, to deliver his congratulatory speech to the graduates. Professor de Meyer, please.
Colleagues, members of the faculty and staff of SMU, but especially the graduates of the Lee Kong Chian School of Business class of 2017, together with your very numerous family and friends here tonight. A very good evening and a very warm welcome to SMU. I'm very happy to be here tonight with you to congratulate you. This is your evening, your day. It's the end of a long trajectory through which you worked a lot. It's also, as it is called, this ceremony tonight, a commencement, a start for a new beginning, a start for perhaps applying what you learned and enhancing your careers or finding new jobs. This week's commencement, because we have, of course, several celebrations or several ceremonies this week, is also a very happy one for SMU itself, in the sense that it is the first time that we do these ceremonies on our campus. In previous years, we always had to go off campus to shopping centers, casinos, or wherever, where there was space enough to have these events. And that's the reason why a few years ago, when we built this new building, the School of Law, we decided that we wanted to have a relatively large hall in which we could bring home our commencements and our convocation ceremonies. It's also a happy day, or close to a very happy day for SMU, because 20 years ago, almost day by day, on the 16th of July, 1997, there was an article on the front page of the Straits Times, an interview with our current chairman, Mr. Ho Kwon Ping, and in that interview on the 16th of July, 1997, he explained the plans to create a new university, a third university for Singapore. So this is actually our 20th year of, not existence, because we were created later on, but 20 years ago, the idea of SMU was mooted. And by January 1998, Mr. Ho Kwon Ping, our chairman, once again gave an interview to the Straits Times and mentioned that we would be in a very beautiful urban site, that's where the university would be. Here we are, right? He didn't lie, he did indeed, or he achieved indeed with the pioneering team of faculty, he achieved what he set out 20 years ago. This is, of course, a very different university from what was announced in 1997. We didn't even have a name in those days. And maybe we would change our name today also if we would have thought about it a little bit more, but that's okay. I actually want not only to congratulate you, but I also want to thank you as postgraduates for everything that you did to enrich SMU. You studied hard, at least that's what they told me. I'm sure you produced many projects and did many presentations, because that is part of the DNA of SMU. You enriched the discussion in the class with your ideas, and I'm also sure that the faculty has learned from you and the experience that you brought to the class discussions. You may not know it, but perhaps you even stimulated some interesting research questions that the faculty have picked up and are working on now based on the discussions they had with you. So thank you for that. And today is the end of that journey where you contributed a lot to SMU, but as I said, the commencement of many other relationships that we will have with the alumni. Therefore, I sort of would like to share with you at this sort of the beginning of this commencement ceremony, I'd like to share with you 3 points. 3 points that I think will be important to you in your coming career. A point about continuation of your career in the changing world of work. Secondly, an idea about assuming a bigger role in a wider society. And thirdly, I want to encourage you to be active as SMU alumni and not to stop the relationship that we have with each other. My first point is about the world of work is changing. I actually hope that the last 1 or 2 years, or for the PhD students, the 4 or 5 years that you had been with SMU have been a very positive experience. Not only preparing you for a different job perhaps or a growth in your current position, but actually what I will call a life of careers. I have some bad news for you. You're going to work longer than me. You're going to live longer than me, probably on the average, but you will have to work longer. I probably will still may be able to retire in a few years. You're going to work until you're 80. Well, maybe I exaggerate a little bit, right? But it does mean actually that even at your age today, probably the career that you have today will probably not the only one. There will be moments in your professional life that you probably will stop or switch, and that, as I said, I hope that what you've done at SMU over the last years, that it has prepared yourself for that life of careers, plural. There were, while you were here, probably great experiences, perhaps from time to time a bit of disappointments, a lot of learning inside the classroom and no doubt also outside the classroom from the projects or from your peers, hopefully new and long-lasting friendships, several successes and moments of pride. Besides developing deep knowledge in your own specific master's and PhD programs, you have also had the opportunity to benefit from the interdisciplinary professional development workshops and of the Open Week activities. I really hope, and I truly hope, that all these experiences have brought forth much joy in your learning journey, and that you discovered yourself, that you discovered your strengths and weaknesses, that you also discovered yourself in how you operate in a team, and perhaps that you discovered a little bit about your potential role in society. But I truly hope that during that whole process, you also learned how to learn continuously. That meta-learning that is so important, that we do projects and we learn from those projects. The fact that you actually embarked on a graduate program is an indication that you do believe in continuing education and learning, and I will encourage you to keep on doing so. The time that a graduate degree was sufficient for a lifelong career of work, sort of a license to manage for the rest of your life, that time belongs to the past. It just, in my opinion, what you've done provides you a great and excellent platform for, as I said, a lifelong career of learning. I do expect employment rates to be very good for your cohort, and many of you have high hopes for a successful professional career, and you know that the professional world is a very different one from what it used to be. Many of you will live and work longer, as I already mentioned, and may pursue several different careers. It often is said that about 50% of the jobs that will exist in 10 years from now don't exist today. That's probably a bit of an exaggeration. Probably we will do similar jobs, but the jobs may look very different from what we're doing today. We may not even imagine what technology can do to us and what the jobs will be in 10 years from now. Therefore, I, as a president of the university, the strongest advice that I can give you today is to be flexible in the development of your professional career, and as I said, continue to learn. Continue to be curious. Continue to absorb new knowledge and insights. And first and foremost, perhaps, continue to be critical of whatever information you receive. Plan for a life of different careers. You may want to take a sabbatical at some moment in time. You may want to, as I said, switch careers, but never forget to keep on learning. My second point is about your role in society. I know that you guys are a driven group, ambitious, hardworking, doing many things at the same time. I'm told that while studying, some of you completed an Ironman, others an overseas marathon, some started a social enterprise, cared for a newborn child, or registered a patent. You did a lot while you were studying. In these volatile times, full of economic and political uncertainty, the world needs people with your knowledge and your determination. We know that in Singapore, gross university enrollment rates are heading towards 40% by 2020. However, less than a third of those graduates go on to take a higher degree. This means that you will always be among the privileged group to have had the opportunity to obtain multiple tertiary education experiences. So put all that you learned and have learned and experienced to very good use for the sake of yourselves, but also for the sake of others. I think I'm convinced that you have a leadership role to play. A leadership role not only in your company, in your organization, in your NGO, in the government where you're working, but in society at large. That's a great opportunity. Don't miss out on that. It is a duty that you have. Finance Minister Heng Swee Keat in his budget speech outlined his strategy for Singapore's development, and that advice applies also to the leadership role you can play as business postgraduates. He said at the end of his speech, take a learning and adaptive approach. Try new methods. Continue with them when they work well. Cut losses when they don't. And draw on feedback and experience to adjust and refine your plans. That's the Singapore way. My third point is that we are together forever. Some other contracts in life, you can stop. Being an alumnus, no way to stop that. You're here with us forever, alumnus or alumna. It is thus not the end. This commencement is not the end of your relationship with SMU. Today you become SMU alumni and you join a global network of individuals who share experiences, contacts and knowledge wherever they go into the world. You may not know this, but we have now more than 20,000 alumni, of course, undergraduate and graduate programs together. We sort of put on the market, let me put it that way, in a business approach, we put on the market about 3,000 alumni now per year. You can see how that is growing exponentially, right? Today 20,000, in 5 years from now 35,000. That is an invaluable network. I was last week in Yangon in Myanmar, and we had a meeting with our alumni there. We have about 100 alumni in Yangon itself, then about 20 or 30 in Mandalay. Many of them from Mandalay had come over to Yangon, and we had a great group of alumni there. We had about 70 alumni and plus other people in the event. But it was enormous to see what the power of that network can be. Many of them run family businesses, run airlines, are heavily involved in finance in Myanmar. And then you think, what a great network that SMU has, in that you as alumni, if you participate well in that alumni network, can really benefit from. You also, of course, go out as our ambassadors for SMU. I hope that you will make us proud with your achievements. Your success is our best marketing. And I should add to that, for most of our faculty, also the greatest joy. If you see, as a faculty member, that our graduates, our students are successful in their professional life, it's one of the best rewards for a faculty member to receive. We realize and we hope that many of you are interested in contributing more to the university by giving your time and skills through mentoring some of our future students, by offering internships to our students, current and future, by recruiting graduates, yes, I hope you will do that, and taking on leadership roles in our alumni groups and alumni association. Or you may wish actually to assist faculty members in their research, in the case writing, and in perhaps some of the SMU X projects, and facilitating that way deeper ties with industry. There is really so much that you can do for us. And SMU's success, if we are successful, your degree becomes more valuable. If you are successful, that's the best marketing for us. It is a great win-win situation. Working together with your alma mater will lead to benefits for everyone. So I hope that you will join us in these activities and that the next generation of SMU students will be able to count on you, just as SMU will always be ready to support you. I would like to finish by once again congratulating you for your achievements, but also address the people in the back of the room, your parents, in some cases, your family, your wife, your husband, your partner, your children, and whoever helped you in your studies. I know that this commencement is also a moment of pride for you, for what your son, daughter, husband, wife, parent perhaps, have achieved. I know that more so than for the undergraduates, I was yesterday in the undergraduate commencement ceremony. More so than for the undergraduates, graduates have often also to struggle, or juggle, I should say, not struggle, juggle family life, professional careers, and studies. And the family has no choice but being supportive. They're proud of you today, but I think in many cases they're also happy it's over. No doubt, some of the children will say, Daddy or Mommy is finally home. Your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife will say, finally I don't have to wait until 1 o'clock at night because they have to do these projects at SMU. In some cases, as I said, they will be very happy that it's all over and that you will have more time for them. So therefore, let's give you, but also them, a very warm round of applause. Congratulations to the class of 2017. I, as a president, I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor De Meyer, for an inspiring speech. And now we would like to invite Victor Ng, the representative selected from the graduates of the various postgraduate programs, to deliver a speech on behalf of the cohort. Victor is an executive master. I like the crowd over there. Victor is an executive Masters of Business Administration graduate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Victor.
President of Singapore Management University, Professor Arnold de Meyer, Deputy Dean of the Lee Kong Chian School of Business, Professor Gregor Hoff, Dean of Postgraduate Professional Programs, Professor Tamin Suwadi, esteemed faculty and staff, family and friends, guests and fellow graduates, good evening. Let me start by doing the most important thing, which is to give thanks to people who have helped us on this journey. I read a quote recently by Fritz van Pasten, President and CEO of the Starwood Hotels and Resorts. It goes, "Anyone who believes that he's a self-made man has a very selective memory." I couldn't agree more. On behalf of the postgraduate class of 2017, I would like to thank our families, professors, SMU staff, bosses, colleagues, and fellow classmates for helping us, for encouraging us, for supporting us, and to help us to get to where we are today. And on a personal note, to my mother, who's my role model, my inspiration, and my pillar of support, thank you. I remember that shortly after I completed my last paper for my EMBA class two months ago, I sent a quick text out to two groups of friends to share with them my sense of accomplishment. Now, knowing that I completed my studies, my friends, themselves curious and skeptical about the value of a postgraduate degree, began bombarding me with questions. Essentially, these questions boiled down to just two questions that I'm sure many of you would have been asked or will be asked at some point. So, like the helpful classmate that I am, I thought I would share with you some of my answers to these questions. Just remember to cite me properly if you use it. The first question was it worth it? For me, the EMBA turned out to be much more hard work than I expected. Before joining the program, I thought that EMBAs were MBAs that people too old to study bought at a premium. Just 2 days into my class, my misconceptions were dispelled. Now, interestingly, many of the concepts that we learned in class continue to be used by my classmates and I today. For example, in a recent group chat discussing my $100 library fines, my classmates suggested things like using the time value of money concepts to propose alternative payment schemes to the library. Another classmate suggested that I should remind the library that any amount of fine I paid should be good enough for them, since the books were likely fully depreciated assets. This episode, I think, shows you that we managed to bring to real life many of the theories we learned in the classroom. And I think this practicality has always been a benchmark or hallmark of SMU education. But I'm sure knowledge alone is not why you and I were excited to come to school and what made the postgraduate experience a worthwhile investment. Instead, I found myself looking forward to each segment because it gave me, for just a few days each time, a chance to be part of a wonderful and diverse community that cared for each other and celebrated each other's eccentricities. In addition, when classmates were faced with uncertainty after quitting their jobs or had difficult times at work, we were there for each other, helping each other with link-ups, reviewing CVs. We were there for people who were essentially strangers just a few months prior, just a few weeks prior. When classmates made mistakes, like selling more eggs than they had in a group assignment in class, we laughed with them, not at them. When classmates gave themselves nicknames that they later regret, we instead elect them as alumni representatives and make sure that the nicknames live on, even outside their classrooms. I'm not referring to myself, by the way. I'm sure these stories are not unique to my EMBA class. And I'm sure that we can all agree that it was this sense of being truly in a community that made the SMU experience memorable for all of us. The second question I was asked by my friends, and you might have been asked too, was, what's next? What's next after you've completed this degree? And I think this is where we get a chance to make an important decision. What do we do? What do we want to take away from our education? And how do we want to continue what we have started here? Now, more than a decade ago, I graduated from SMU as the pioneer batch of economics students. I was an active student, president of the Students' Association at some point. But when I graduated at that time, I made the choice to close the chapter on my school life. I'm ashamed to say that I've not been back to school for a single activity since. I made that choice because I felt that, at that time, as SMU grew and evolved, the sense of community that was originally synonymous with SMU gradually shifted in a different direction. Now, in this postgraduate journey, I felt that sense of kinship once again. Enough to make me feel that I want to make a different choice this time. This time, I want to continue being part of the SMU community. But I make this choice not because of how I feel, but also, not just because of how I feel, but also because of what I see. As someone lucky enough to work in the exciting field of venture capital, I have a front row seat witnessing how the world is beginning to adopt to new rules with regards to technological change and economic progress. Coincidentally, Law Minister K. Shanmugam and SMU Chairman Ho Kwon Ping had already spoken of this yesterday as well, and tonight, I think Professor Arnold also mentioned this. Now, technology and the economy have become intertwined in an unprecedented manner. Technology has sped up and changed the rules of economic development in a way that improves lives more efficiently, for sure, but also creates a lot more uncertainty for individual participants of the workforce, people like you and I. As postgraduate students, our experience is our advantage, but experience has never been a cheaper currency. Where jobs once moved from country to country, today they disappear into thin air. And where we once competed against each other, today we are competing with the future. And these developments are taking place in all our countries, regardless of where we come from. What can we do to prepare for these rough seas better? That's the question I ended up asking myself, and I'd like to ask you here as well. This is an important question because many of us chose to pursue a postgraduate degree to make a significant change in our careers. And we may have to make that change many times because, as Professor Arnold has mentioned, we may be working way past our 70s or 80s. Now, when I was 18, I once led a round-island kayaking expedition for a group of youths at risk. Out at sea, when large boats sailed by or large winds came, the only way we could avoid capsizing was to hold on to each other's kayaks, and in this way, we managed to withstand waves that individually we could not. As the postgraduate class of 2017, we must do this. This must be our next step, and this must be what's next. Instead of rushing out to sea alone to pursue our individual dreams and aspirations, let us build our community first and move forward together as a fleet. But how do we do this? Professor Arnold spoke of the big ways, but let me speak of the small ways. Let us start in small ways, and let us start tonight. Let's start by making a new friend. Exchange a name card with someone you don't already know. I just did that earlier with Sean. Took a photo for him, and we exchanged name cards after that. And let us continue tomorrow. Let us continue tomorrow by keeping in touch with members of the community, sometimes to share our expertise, our networks, our resources, and sometimes just to know each other a little better, or lend a listening ear as we navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. Let me support you, and please support me too. If we can achieve this next step together, if we can hold the kayaks on our left and right, then we will, as a community, be better equipped to handle the uncertainties of tomorrow and make our postgraduate experience truly meaningful and worthwhile. Thank you all for giving me the honor of addressing you, and congratulations again to all of us from the graduating class of 2017.
Thank you, Victor. Before we begin the presentation of the degrees, gentle reminder on the 4 steps that we demonstrated just now.
We would now like to invite Deputy Dean Gregor Half on stage as we proceed to the presentation of the various degrees.
Before we begin, may we remind graduates to return to your seats immediately after receiving your degrees and remain seated till the end of the ceremony.
Parents and friends, once again, please kindly refrain from taking photographs with your personal cameras. Graduates, we also seek your kind cooperation to refrain from taking selfies when on stage.
We will now begin the presentation of the degrees for the various postgraduate programs.
Doctor of Philosophy in Business Finance, Sun Lin. Doctor of Philosophy in Business General Management, Chan Hing Lee Henry. Ko Tong Po Moses. Gan Yok Wah. Flossie Joseph. Fermin Augusto Diaz. Raika Sandesh Dayanand. Tan Seong Kwan. Doctor of Philosophy in Business for Organizational Behavior and Human Resources, Liu Chang Hong. Executive Master of Business Administration, Wong Te Ching Mark. James Daniel Morris. Liu Reginald K. Choon. Lawrence Tay Yu Kiet. Heng Keng Siang David. Kong Kam Yen. Sankar Natarajan. Philip Cyril Raj, son of Rachak Anathan. Ajay Bhagat. Akram Namasji. Ng Tek Wei Victor. Tan Cheng Meng. Cheong Wei Seong. Peng Kok. Matthias Klaus Peter Schleicher. Leong Y Kwan. Chua Jun Boon Gilbert. Marianne Gabriel. Tae Ka Jit. Lim Hui Bien. Ho Chin An. Karina Rose Bernabe Cornejo. Ong Pek Lui. Lim Bok Soon Anderson. Master of Business Administration, Mandeep Kaur Sedar. Master of Science in Applied Finance, Chai Zi Shan, also the winner of Saw Sui Hock Gold Medal Award, Wiley Efficient Learning Award for Top Postgraduate of Lee Kong Chian School of Business. Ho Jia Yi. Tan Pei Ling Perlin. Xia Si Chong. Kelvin Oscar Wangser. Zheng Ai Lun. Zhou Shiya. Takmila Tahir Shahid. Abhinav Agarwal. Maria Sastya Wardani. Anita Suwandi Jie. Elora. Richa Singh. Tran Deng Tuan Ain. Ritika Ganeriwal. Bada Kushraf Jamshed Jimmy. Alicia Giant Prabhu Dawatkar. Giacomo Pierantoni. Rushab Kaiker. Kartikeya Singh. Anamil Kocha. Zheng Bing Kun. Xu Meng Han. Lai Jingyu. Liu Jingyu. Fang Hongyu. Cao Ruixiang. Chen Zheng. Chen Yizhou. Cai Ting. Yang Yulin. Jing Xiaoyi. Zhang Ruoyu. Zheng Ziyao. Chen Jiehui. Man Liang. Li Pei Lin. Handy Noverdanius. Winston Sutanda. Cai Anqi. Weng Shunuan. Luo Zhuyun. Liang Jian'en. 何金喜、丁佳琪、曹梦丽、Championuk Chachaval、Monica Angela Kurta、Lim Junhao、Siu Ka Leong Nicholas、Han Wen Yang Ruben、Sunanda Barawaj、Teo Chi Min、林怡轩、山金辉、陈聪、李明英、郭思浩、刘晨辉、李玉谦、王国涵、刘学凤、冯世辉、李哥、孙晓、左立密、周伟、戴安琪、陈业元、孟克、李阳、张诗怡、吴佳颖、赵聪、马凯义、关依林、辛蒙尼、朱文婷、蔡新荣、王玉志、张金泉、Sean Rowan、 Lao Yan Lin, Celine Yeo Chun Yi, Wang Xin Yi, Han Meng Lin, Wu Tong, Yuan Yuan, Wei Dan Ni, Yin Li, Liu Qi, Yang Ling Yu, Liu Mi, Pu Ye Lin, Fu Rong, Ding Dong, Master of Science in Communication Management, Yao Mingzhu, He Tianning, Shamana Wuni Menon, Malika Holenhara Sipur Ramakrishna, Saranporn Chandaratana, Liang Ni, Leong Hui Min, To Lei Ling, Teo Zhening Lian, Patricia Bei Hui Hyang, Tae Yi Lin, Jasmine E. Siu Lin, Han Mei Ying, Chong Siu Yue Janice, Tan Yuling Eunice, Lo Mei Yan, Fu Chuan Han, Tam Tien Fu, Aradhana Kumari, Lynette Leong Li Ling, Asnira binti Hassan, Charlene Ka Che Ling, Jin Chen Su, Yep Fu Kui, Chung Wen Hua, Tay Mei Ling Michelle, Tan Shu Zhen Rachel, Guo Zhixiang, Joseph Brian Pereira, Vijay Mahalingam, Master of Science in Innovation, Chiang Wei Yuan, Chan Chiao Soon Winston, Grant David Lebrant, Lim Kevin Gunawan, Xie Shaoting, Chao Yu Ming, Sun Chen, Maria Elva Lanovia, Priyanka Shaunak Shah, Ashita Gupta, Dominic Roman Blazak, Tan Sin Yu, Shimon Seng Hong Jie, Julio Alejandro Bustamante Rosell, Shilpa George, Tang Ho Ying, Yo Yanzhi Vanessa, Chia Su Fei, Niu Shu Hui Perlin, Vanakone Poipanit, Jordan Lim Nghi Yong, Ong Chiu Meng, Tan Si Yuan, Huang Yan-ying Janice, Ivan Ho Chiu K, Yuki Suboniwa, Raymond Ian Romana Segismundo, Gu Yi Bing, Xiong Wei Xiang, Wayne Ko Wei Lun, Song Li Li, Wang Yijia, Dian Ekaputri Halim, Pharaoh Feriska Aryananda, Master of Science in Management, Shi Shan Ning. Sui Dong Ge. Zhao Qing Rou. Ko Chia Lin. Jasmine Saini. Aishwarya Pansari. Utkarsh Agarwal. Lakshay Kapoor. Rishabh Agarwal. Tusha Bala. Shubhang Arora. Guo Yao. Srishna Ravindran Srikishan. Anushka Sonam Aurora. Roma Asfa Kazi. Hiranya Venkataraman. William Wijaya. Vijay Shada. Piyush Baid. Atul Jain. Jiang Yifu. Li Xiaodan. Zhou Yanru. Xue Ke. Ponyman. Willy Budi Wibisono. Tatineni Rohit. Wang Han. Guo Bai Yi. Huang Jiajian. Shi Lihui. Li Xueying. Wong Piet Ki. Xu Hua Xiao. Shen Yu. Chu Junmeng Mitchell. Moritz Arnold. Igerim Abushak Manova. Yasmin Bibi binti Abdul Hadi. Justin Ismail Vittorio Lucian. Sahana Inamda Suresh Babu. Sneha Goyal. Shubika Agarwal. Harleen Sethi. Yao Di. Zheng Ran. Fang Ping. Tai Sheng Wen. Kwai Bo Wen. Chung Pei Lan. Wu Zhen Wei. Srinath Abu Durai. Tang Yu Chen. Chen He Yang. Tae Keng Lee. Wu Yujia. Lin Xiaofen. Jessica. Wu Shuangyi. Priscilla Destiana Erwandi. He Qiu Chen. Garrison Christian. Ranjiv Ashwin Asher. Bulato Gerardo. Akash Shah. Shantanu Goel. Veera Takral. Ramon de los Reyes Gabriel. Yu Jae Yon. Glenn Ong Yu Kai. Jonathan James Xia Jun Hao. Akashita Srivastava. Raki Pal. Ashwin Gupta. Sharmista Chudari. Ankita Chanchlani. Mehul Gupta, Kunal Mehul Javeri, Ng Zixuan Akulia, Chen Risheng, Yao Chen, Chen Yi Hao, Liu Mei Chen, Song Jiayu, Yang Ling, Jing Jing, Li Long, Tan Chun Long Martin, Li Mingxia, Huang Xingyu, Tan Charles Francis Tan, Rosanna King Tan, Arshi Masood, Chang Yu Ting, Priyanka Natasha Pereira, Master of Science in Quantitative Finance, Yap Victoria, Wang Yifei, Lu Haoran, Yuan Si Lin, Lin Yuzhen, Li Sichen, Nguyen Feng Deng, John William Teja, Zhang Yixuan, Lun Fei Yang, Hong Long Yao, Wong Wan Yun Priscilla, Master of Science in Wealth Management, Lim Yi Jia, winner of Capital Group Most Outstanding Student Award, WMI SMU Prize for Best Graduating Project. Aiden Tan Yen Wei, first runner-up of the winner of the Capital Group Most Outstanding Student Award and first runner-up of the WMI SMU Prize for Best Graduating Project. Lim Chuan Ren Jonathan, winner of Capital Group Most Outstanding Student Award. Prapapan Prapat Bodhipong, Lam Hui Chen Pearl, Vina Pabula, Manaswi Sutisu, Lai Hing Nam, Alan Wong Woon Wai, Geraldine Ng Shu Hui, Chan Wei Xiang Ivan, Alphonse Lazatin, Ahmad Nazrin Hamami, Ameya Abe Walvaka, Harinderjit Singh Sidhu, son of Basant Singh Sidhu, Andrew Gregory Lam Pak Ng, Ho Zi Kit George, Yu Lei, Lu Ying, Pratyush Chaturvedi, Justin Kwok Tien Lung, Balasubramani Sentamil Selvan, Tan Su Luan, Elena Okonko,
Thank you, Deputy Dean Health. Thank you. With this, dear professors, guests, graduates, family and friends, we would like to express to all of you our sincere gratitude for being here to share this important milestone with us today.
As this ceremony draws to a close, this is the special moment that we have all been waiting for. We are now going to do something significant as a symbol of our graduation and commencement.
And it's not the SMU jump.
We'd like to invite all 2017 graduates to stand up and conduct the age-old tradition of adjusting your taslets from the right to the left to indicate that you have graduated.
Graduates, please rise. And with this, we are going to do the end of commencement tradition. It is the moment everyone has been waiting for, the celebratory toss. Everyone, please prepare to toss your motorboards into the air on the count of 3.
Please do not toss your handphones as well.
Ready?
Ready.
1,
1,
2,
2, 3.
3.
We now formally declare this ceremony closed. Just one last housekeeping matter. May we request that members of the audience remain seated so as to enable the faculty and graduates to leave the hall for the group photo.
And now, may we invite President of SMU to lead the grand recessional. President, please. Faculty and graduates, please follow the directives of the ushers.